Jacque, this was a 5-point game around the 7:54 mark in the third quarter. What changed that allowed the Rockets to go on the run and kind of change that momentum?
Yeah, Sangoon, his ability, I think we had contained him early, being able to trap him and really get the ball out of his hands. Great. I don't know, they moved him around a little bit, made it more difficult for us, and so he got a chance to get to the rim, and the foul piece of it also combined.
You mentioned before about not letting one play affect the next, and when the Rockets went on their run, what made it difficult to fight back and to respond on their runs?
Yeah, I think overall we tried to turn the page and move to the next possession, and unfortunately those possessions were missed shots for us. So during that stretch, I specifically remember 2 threes that we had that didn't go in, and then they go back down to Sangoon, and he gets an and one. I mean, you look at the stats. I mean, 26, 23, and 25 we hold them to for 3 quarters, and it's just the third quarter that got out of hands for us.
You said the other night that you're going to challenge this team. Just what was your message to your group coming off of this road trip now headed back home? Yeah,
to continue to believe that we can get out of this hole that we're in. That's the first piece of it. That I'm going to continue to hold them to a standard and coach them that way. They deserve that, and this will make us better as a team. We'll grow from this together, but the belief part of it has to be the first part of getting out of this hole.
And you've been preaching turnovers pretty much all season. First half, active in the lanes, you were getting steals, forcing turnovers. In the second half, was that something that they did to correct that, or was it something that you guys were failing to repeat?
No, I think it was the position that they had Sangoon in, and so we were able to scramble around, and they start putting him at the elbows, which is a little bit more difficult. Difficult to double team from there, just because he can see the floor. He's probably 1 or 2 bounces from the rim, so you give them credit for that adjustment. So that put us in a position where we had to decide we were going to play one-on-one a little bit. We tried that. He got to the rim, then we had to make another adjustment, and then they made some threes from that. And that's just the ability of a player to be able to garner attention. He has the ability to score and contribute to his other teammates.
5 losses, I think 10 and 11. What is the morale look like in that locker room right now? Obviously, nobody likes to lose, but
yeah.
What's the morale like in there at this point?
Well, I think showing how we responded today, the way we began the game, the way we were in the game at halftime shows that this group is continuing to play hard and try to play for each other. I do like the fact that they aren't accepting where we are right now. We feel like we should have won more games. We should be winning games. We should be making shots. So I feel for them in that circumstance, but at the same time, we got to just continue to do the work that's going to put us in position to win ball games. But I totally believe in this group, Brian, and the character in this group. And like I said, I'm going to continue to push them and get the most out of them.
The three-pointers from the other team, again, was another factor. But the first half, even with all the activity, they still, I think, were 9 of 18. So I guess what do you see as a common thread these last few games with teams just getting those threes? Is it, like you said, one certain guys to shoot, or at this point, what do you think it is?
Yeah, Evan, it's still that combination. So did we think Jayshawn Tate was going to make 2 threes? Did we think Thompson was going to make a 3? That probably not going into the game. But we knew Green and Van Fleet had the ability. Jeff Green was shooting 30% coming into this game. And so there's some risk that we have to take just because Sangoon, you can't play him one-on-one. You just can't. He's too good. Philadelphia double-teamed him. Other teams have, and the teams that didn't, he scored. And so we have to make that choice throughout the course of the game. Now, the next part of it is you'll see some of the threes that they made where we have run rotation, second rotation, and sometimes a third rotation is needed. And so that growth of being able to recognize that third rotation and then do it.
So I guess with this now 5-game losing streak, do you take different pieces from these different games? Like, do you take the effort? Do you take other positives, or is it just all got to figure it out somehow?
No, there's different, I don't know, segments of the game that are really good for us. And that's that kind of sustainability I was talking about, is to be able to go halftime and be in the ball game and then be able to respond in the third, whether it is not having one defensive breakdown. Like, that's our challenge, is to really value every single possession. So when I show guys film, it's good and bad, and showing them the things that we're capable of doing, show them that we've done it, but then also what we need to be better at.
After the last game, Cam Johnson was talking about how basically the breakdowns of the offense, Cam Thomas had been the victim of. I mean, he got thrown a lot of hand grenades, and he had to try to make something out of nothing. But his shooting slump is continuing. As it's ongoing, what are you seeing from him? And was that part of the process in your mind in terms of keeping his minutes reasonably low? Did you feel, all right, let's just let him decompress and sit and watch what's kind of going on out there?
Yeah, I think it is a testament that we know he can score one-on-one. And so some of those grenades that he get is, he's bailed us out many times before. So I think that's a compliment. But no player wants all those throughout the course of the game, for sure. I think CT's trying to make the right play. And, I think the first half he might have had 4 assists. So I think he's trying to make the right play. And I think our entire group, we're just not in the groove right now, and he's just a part of it. And I think it helps when your other teammates are making shots also. You just look at the groove that we aren't in as far as free throws are concerned. Like, that piece of it also over these 11 games. And so I have complete confidence that he'll find his groove. He's too good not to. But we're going to continue to try to do what's best for the team in order to try to win a game on a nightly basis.
You mentioned the belief that you want these guys to have within themselves, even with the ebbs and flow of the season. How have you seen that belief grow so far?
Yeah, it is the conversations that you see, whether it's on the bench, whether it's in film, whether it's in the locker room. And so you get a chance to see personalities and leadership roles being established. And so that piece of it, of going into a game like this, we didn't play very well last night. And the belief of, I think we thought we could win tonight. And that approach was evident in the locker room, in the preparation, and on the floor.
With Doe, obviously you want him to shoot more threes. That's been the plan all year. But was the plan for him to just come out firing today the way he did?
Well, Evan, those things were open, partner. They put Sangoon on him, and so we tried to take advantage of that, get him in pick and roll. Nick was guarded by Jabari, and so a lot of those looks were open. I'm glad I didn't bet anything in my life that he would be 1 for 11 and Cam Thomas wouldn't make a shot in 2 games. Not a chance, Evan. So we'll get out of this thing. Our guys are too diligent. They'll get back in the gym and get a chance to make some shots in the gym, see the ball go in, and we'll turn this thing around.
Are you hopeful for Lonnie?
Yeah, I am, Brian. He had like a little 20-minute on court kind of. We'll have tomorrow off, but all signs are pointing towards him playing on Friday.
And Dennis, as far as him being ruled out, what's he?
Yeah, so he went out at 5:40, tried to go through warm-up, and just didn't feel that he could go. So back soreness, and we'll see what he looks like when we get back home.
Are you concerned that it's, again, he's had back issues here, are you concerned that it's lingering from his previous?
I'm always concerned when guys don't play. And so it changes everything for us, and it puts more stress on the entire ecosystem, Evan. And so I am concerned that whenever a player doesn't play.
With these next 2 games being at Barclays, being back just at home before you guys go to Paris, you mentioned the guys not having that groove right now. How important is it to kind of be back at home, and hopefully that kind of helps just to be in a building where you're familiar with and also in front of the fans that you want to play in front of?
Yeah, it is, I guess, good to be back home, be in your bed, see your family. Those things make you feel good and comfortable. But at the same time, we have a tough game, a team that is really good, just beat Boston the other night. And so we got to be able to be at home, but also be on edge enough to understand that we got a job to do and show up for. So hopefully we can do both, Megan.